Everything in the universe seeks balance. From the orbit of planets to the flow of rivers, from the rise and fall of empires to the smallest flicker of thought, there is a sacred order. This order is held together by an invisible force, a force that ensures that every action, every thought, and every deed finds its rightful return. Welcome to Beyond the Veil. This force is called the law of compensation. It is not a human invention. It is not a moral code written in books. It is the natural response of a living universe that knows no waste, no mistake, and no favoritism. The law of compensation ensures that all energy finds its way home. The foundation of universal balance. To understand this law, we must first step back and see life not as a series of random events, but as a field of interconnected causes and effects. If the law of cause and effect is the engine, the law of compensation is the adjustment. It is the actualizer that makes sure every imbalance is eventually restored. When you send something out into the universe, whether it's love or hate, generosity or selfishness, wisdom or ignorance, it creates a ripple. And the law of compensation guarantees that ripple will eventually return to you, not as punishment or reward, but as a perfect reflection of what you set in motion. Compensation is spiritual accounting. It keeps the books balanced. One of the greatest misunderstandings about this law is the belief that it's about getting what you deserve. This is not true. The universe is not emotional. It does not punish. It does not punish. It does not favor. It simply reflects. If you plant an apple seed, you get apples. If you plant thorns, you will harvest thorns. The law of compensation cannot be bribed or tricked. It is impartial. It is precise. And because of this, it is also liberating. When you truly understand this law, you stop feeling like a victim of circumstance. You start to realize that you are the architect of your own experience. If you want a different return, you simply plant a different seed. What does this law actually compensate you with? What does this law actually compensate you with? The answer is simple. Vibration. You are not compensated in money alone or in material things. Hey, those are part of it. You are compensated in the matching vibration of what you give out. If you radiate generosity, that vibration attracts circumstances that mirror abundance. If you emit bitterness, the universe reflects experiences that match bitterness. If you offer love freely, love finds its way back to you, though not always from the same place you gave it. The universe does not pay in straight lines. It pays in spirals. You may give kindness to a stranger and later find yourself receiving an unexpected opportunity from someone else entirely. Energy doesn't disappear. It transforms, and it always finds its way back to its source. If this law is so precise, why do people who act with greed sometimes appear to succeed, while those who act with love sometimes struggle? Because compensation has timing. Just as a seed needs a season to grow, energy has a gestation period. The universe is patient. It doesn't rush to settle every balance overnight. Some compensations come quickly. Others take months, years, or even lifetimes. But make no mistake, nothing is ever lost. Every thought, every deed, every vibration you emit is recorded in the field of universal energy. When the season is right, the harvest comes. This is why luck is an illusion. When the season is right, the harvest comes. This is why luck is an illusion. Those who are called lucky are often simply those who have sown invisible seeds over time, seeds of effort, kindness, persistence, and faith. They have aligned their vibration with abundance long before the world could see the result. And those who seem unlucky are often trapped in unseen cycles, cycles created by repeated causes that keep returning through the law of compensation. But there is no curse here, only feedback, only correction, only an invitation to plant something new, working with the law of compensation. If you want to work with this law instead of against it, you must understand its three great keys. 1. Conscious giving. What you give is never lost. Every act of generosity, every kind word, every moment of integrity is a deposit into the universal account. You may not see the immediate return, but the universe is far too precise to misplace energy. The more you give, the more space you create to receive. 2. Alignment before action. It's not just what you do, it's the energy behind it. You can give with resentment and be compensated in scarcity. You can give with joy and be compensated in abundance. Universe reads vibration, not appearances. 3. Patience with the process. You cannot dig up your seeds every day to see if they are growing. Trust that the energy you send out will always return, often multiplied, often in unexpected ways. Compensation is not a linear transaction. It is a dance. And the universe is an impeccable dance partner. The hidden gift of hardship now. There is one more secret about this law that most people miss. Compensation is not always sweet. Sometimes it 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 is a form of balance. When you meet resistance, when you face loss, it's a form of balance. When you meet resistance, when you face loss, when life seems to close in around you, look deeper. The universe may be correcting a path, closing an old chapter, or clearing a karmic imbalance you've carried for lifetimes. Even in your darkest moments, this law is at work, restoring order, preparing you for a harvest you cannot yet see. Imagine the universe as an infinite ledger, where nothing is erased. Every action is an entry. Every thought is a note. Every choice shapes your balance sheet of energy. But here's the miracle. You can rewrite the ledger at any moment. Every time you act in love instead of fear, you shift the balance. Every time you forgive instead of resent, you cancel karmic debt. Every time you choose to rise higher, you plant a seed that will grow in ways you cannot measure. You are never trapped. You are never stuck. You are never trapped. You are never stuck. Because the law of compensation is not here to hold you down. It is here to lift you up the moment you align with it. The law of compensation is not something you must control. It is something you must control. It is something you must understand. When you align with it, life becomes fluid. Your giving becomes joyful. Your challenges become teachers. Your rewards become inevitable. And you begin to see what the sages have always known. You do not live in a random world. You live in a precise one, a lawful one, a universe of perfect return. So plant good seeds. Release what is heavy. Give more than you take. And trust. Because your harvest is already growing in the unseen, the universe owes you nothing. And yet it will give you everything you've sown. That is the promise. That is the law. The law of compensation is not coming. It's here. It's working now. And from this moment forward, so are you. Subscribe for more ancient wisdom and hidden truths. This is Beyond the Veil. Until next time, stay aligned.